what else should we know about tech around the holiday season? Because a lot of folk are shopping online and they're, oh man.
It's a lot of scams out there, and I'll tell you, the scams that I get via text message are getting even more sophisticated than the ones you would normally get via email. You know, email phishing scams. You get that email that looks like it's from your bank or it looks like it's from something legitimate, but one little word is off or a whole bunch of stuff is misspelled. But these text message scams, I'm telling you, my mother got a text 2 days ago, probably, claiming to be from Netflix, saying that Netflix was going to give you a free trial and all you had to do was tap this link and blah, blah. They're getting very, very sophisticated. So you got to keep your eyes, because especially with delivery notices. So like fake FedEx text messages saying you have a package, fake UPS text messages. So, you know, if you didn't sign up for that, because I mean, I actually do sign up for to get those notifications. But if that's not something you actually signed up for, or you can't remember if you signed up for it, like don't click any of that stuff in those text messages, because they are going a little buck wild with that.
And Smith was just in my ear. He said he got one for Netflix. But so when you click on it, what happens? Because I've been getting the FedEx ones and the UPS ones because they know I shop a lot. But I sign up for no notifications. I don't want to be notified about anything. Don't notify me. I always opt out and then I unsubscribe.
I need to know about my packages now, though, because you know the port pirates are real, and you just want to make sure. So I actually use a app called Slice for all of my notifications. You connect your email addresses, and you know you get all of those shipping notifications through that app. So I know when I get a Slice notification. Yeah, Slice, like SLIC, like slice of pizza. Slice. Okay. It's called Slice by Rakuten, and it is really good about keeping you up to date about the progress of your package, you know, when it's been delivered. It's really good about that. So that's really important to me, because like I said, you know, we have some porch pirates in the neighborhood that, you know, may or may not be eyeballing my stuff.
Okay, so when you get one of those fake notifications that said you got a FedEx package or you can get Netflix 1 year for free, click here, what happens?
So a couple of things can happen. It can take you to a website where it's going to try to get some more information from you, or it might just download malware onto your device and start sort of rooting through your phone, looking for personal information that's stored on your phone, or just crashing your phone and rendering it, you know, inoperable altogether. So either way, it's not a good look. Like, don't click on any links in your text messages.
What are people like that? Folks have the time to sit around to make other people miserable. I'm like, who raised you?
Too much. Can I tell you, this is a total sidebar from this conversation, but kind of sort of relevant. I got Zoom bombed about 2 weeks ago on a call. I don't know if you're familiar with what that is.
I am. So, I'm a professor, so I don't play around. I don't give out my Zoom link until 10 minutes before class.
And I didn't. I didn't. Mike, I gave my personal Zoom meeting link to the client that I was presenting for, and they shared it more widely than they had in the past, because I had already worked with this client before and we didn't have any problems. It was fine, but they shared it a little more widely than they had before, and somebody got a hold of it, and it was awful. I mean, I legitimately felt traumatized by that experience. And, you know. So
describe it to Stephanie. You're not being very descriptive. This is a radio show.
So we're on the call, you know, we're doing the introductions, and there's someone from the company. It was for a group of interns, and there was someone from the company, from university relations from the company on the call. You know, she's introducing me, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I hear someone talking. And so she says, you know, hey guys, make sure you mute your mics, you know, blah, 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 blah. You'll be able to ask questions later. And then I hear someone start yelling curse words. And so I'm like, hey, at that point, it didn't even occur to me that that's what was happening. I just said, hey, listen, you know, this is why we do, because, you know, I do Till Death You Tweet. So we talk about your online presence. I was like, this is why we do this. So I actually started recording. I don't typically even record those sessions, but I actually started recording because I was like, I want you guys to understand that this is the kind of thing that sticks to your digital footprint, because as I'm recording this, if you wilding on the Zoom call, now there's a record of that. There's a digital record of that now becomes a part of your digital footprint. So I started recording just to make a point, basically. But right after that, the curse words, the one little screen, this porn of the sort that I've never seen before pops up on this one screen. And it was just so degenerate and egregious. And then on another screen, the video wasn't turned on, but somebody starts screaming the N-word. Crazy. So I just shut the meeting down altogether. We're gonna work to make sure that there's more controls in place around the platform and things like that. But it was really, really traumatic. So I would say to any parents that have kids that are distance learning, this is happening across the country. Zoom is still, even with some of the measures they've tried to put in place already, are still getting hit with this kind of thing. So, just make sure your son or daughter isn't sharing their Zoom link with anybody else. And then, if they tell you something like that happened, definitely have a conversation with them about what they saw and how they feel about what they saw. Because I'm telling you, it's 2 weeks later and I'm still feeling some kind of way about what I saw. And I'll never be able to unsee that. So to imagine...
No, wait, hold on.
I don't even want it.
Was it animals?
The views expressed
It
by the
wasn't
show's producers
animals, thank God. Oh my God,
are
I mean,
not necessarily those of Karen Humphrey.
it wasn't that
or
bad, but it was, I just, like I said, I'll never be able to erase that imagery from my head.
And there were young people in the room, interns, young people.
Yeah,
they all saw it.
They were college students, so but imagine a third grader seeing some nonsense like that.
Oh, so what can we, how do we protect? Because I do something else, which is intuitive. I don't start my class the same time every week. So that's smart. Whatever time the class is, I'll do it 15 minutes or 12 minutes.
Right.
I'll see you in 5 minutes. Like I'm always switching
that's
around
smart.
time.
Keep them guessing. Seriously.
Yeah. Whack-a-mole. Figure it out. Yeah. So what can we do?
So what Zoom has already done and what was already enabled on the webinar that I was doing is the waiting room is enabled by default. So you have to physically let people in, to the call before. So, that way, if you know who's supposed to be there, you can be sure that, those people are the ones in the room. Also, what you can do though, and what I'll do going forward when I share my own link is separate the password from the login. So like right now, when someone sends you a Zoom link, if they're sending you the link at all, you get to just get into the meeting or the webinar because they've linked the password with the actual Zoom link. So you don't have to type it in again. It's just a convenience thing, but you can unlink that to make the person actually type in the password. So if somebody just got a hold of the link by itself and they plan on crashing, but they don't have the password, they won't be able to get in. So that's one thing that I will be doing going forward is unlinking that password from the actual Zoom link. The other thing I'm going to start doing, which is another step, but this person messed it up for all of y'all. You can actually require your own registration. So, in my case, the company I was working with, they had those interns register on some other platform that they owned, for the webinar. So I didn't have a list of the students that were coming in or, anything like that.
So you just hit it all.
Right.
So the mission would work if you knew everybody. Like I know all of my students. So if there's a name there that doesn't look like somebody that's in my class, that has been in my class, then you don't get in anyway. So I don't just admit all. I admit them all individually because I'm doing attendance as I admit them in. You didn't know everybody.
I didn't know everybody on the call, right? But what I can do is enable my own registration. So when they send that link out, they actually they might have to register on whatever platform, the company or the school is asking them to register on, but they also have to register with me. So I have a record and I can cross-check, with the school or do whatever sort of, double checking I need to do. So those are a couple of things that I'll be doing from now on.
That's very helpful, during these strange times that we're in.